Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dissing Disabilities, where we talk about issues that involve individuals with disabilities, one issue at a time, and knock down the barriers. I'm your host, R. Michael Schlesinger. I wanted to take a moment and, because this is our inaugural show, explain how it's going to work and what we're doing here. To my knowledge, there's no one who is discussing the subject of any issues regarding disability on YouTube currently. I am a person with a disability since birth. I have cerebral palsy, and I wanted to bring a message to the world. And instead of conquering the world, I decided to conquer the YouTube world. That's why I decided to create this show. And what I want to do is empower not only individuals with disabilities, but their families as well. So what this is going to be is short little segments. Some will be longer than others, but we'll just be discussing different pertinent issues to people with disabilities. For the next 12 weeks, we'll be discussing the individual educational plan. And the reason that I chose that as a topic is because I myself went through many IEPs as a student, and I also, when I went back to school to be a marriage and family therapist, I was an intern with many special ed students. And because I was an intern, I had to be involved in preparing the IEP process, taking parents through the IEP process. And so that's why I wrote a book called Navigating the IEP Process, which I'll tell you how to get later. But I thought it would be great to not only have the guide to use, but also to have someone walk you through the steps, and every once in a while have a special guest on a subject pertaining to the IEP, which we have planned for you later. And today I just want to take a few more minutes and begin the IEP process discussion by talking about the difference between the IEP and the 504 plan. Originally, there was an act called the Rehabilitation Act of 1973. That was to prevent discrimination against people with disabilities. Then, eventually, it went to the development of the 504 plan, which then evolved into the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, which I'll discuss a little bit later. And I'm going to talk to you about the difference between the IEP and the 504. The 504 plan has minimal parent rights. The 504 plan does not require it to be written. The 504 plan says there will be a free appropriate education. What does that mean? That means they have access to the classrooms regardless of the disability. And then IDEA, which I just referred to, which is the Individuals with Disability Education Act, came down with a certain number of requirements for the IEP, and the IEP requires specific details about the services utilized, the accommodations to be provided to the student, and the modifications to academic curricula to allow the student to succeed in the classroom, and the degree to which the student will be educated with students without disabilities in general education program. And there are more requirements that each specific district may have, so check with your district. But there are two more key issues that I want to bring out before I conclude today. Issue number one is that the IEP must be a written document. So the district says, this is the plan that we're going to follow, and this is what you tell them as parents what you'd like. The district then sets out into the plan, And once it's agreed upon, then both parties sign it and it becomes a legal contract to what is provided to the child. Also, a key difference is that the 504 plan does not involve transitioning a student. The IEP does discuss transitioning a student, and that begins at the junior level of high school and goes on to college and discusses job prep, but it kicks in at the junior year. Well, folks, I see that we're running out of time. And I want to remind you that these shows will air every Friday, and I would ask that you would leave a comment at the bottom of the screen, or please email me at rob@specificallyspeaking if you'd like information about my book, if you have any topics that you'd like to have at the show. And please, I can't stress this enough, the way that we're going to grow from today is by you subscribing. Thanks for watching.